Seek help, end the stigma. On the news this evening, Governor Fubara asks Riwama to relocate waste along Obirikwe Airport Road, Rivers State. Rivers Local Government Election Appeal Tribunal to hear cases next week. Rivers NLC workers comply to Telecom's tariff increase boycott. Unizik expels student over assault on lecturer. And on the foreign scene, Hamas released names of hostages due for release. I'm Sam Chinedu, and the news continues after the break. Back. Governor Siminalayi Fubara has charged the new management of the Rivers State Waste Management Agency, Riwama, to relocate the waste along the Obirikwe axis of Port Harcourt. Governor Fubara said this during the inauguration of the new management team of the agency at the Government House in Port Harcourt today. He also charged them to carry his supporters along.
Bring back the beauty of Port Harcourt. It used to be called Garden City. If not our effort today, we can sometimes go able to change it to Garden City. But God forbid, it's not going to be by our time. I feel very unhappy when we're driving into Port Harcourt, and one of the first things that will work on you is the waste dump that you see along your Obirikwe Road. Your first task should be to locate where those wastes are being dumped. You can imagine the kind of smell.
Governor Fubara also asked the new Riwama management team to tap into the potentials in waste management.
Let it not be the regular, by the end of the month, you come and collect money from me. You appoint your friends as sweepers, as evacuators of debt. You start building hotels, start buying big cars. Let us go beyond that and see tap into the potentials of waste management. It's an area in this world that there is so much money in it. It's an area that it creates employment, it generates revenue. It's not all depending on what I will give to you.
Those inaugurated are the chairman of the board of Riwama, Edward Namiesimaga, the managing director, Orukwem Amadi Okpareli, and other members. In the same vein, members of the River State House of Assembly Service Commission and the River State Local Government Service Commission were also sworn in today by Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Correspondent Onyeka Chinwosu reports that during the swearing-in, Governor Fubara charged them to deal with ghost workers, ensure promotion of the workers, and ensure discipline among the workers.
So that you can start carrying out the activities of promotion, discipline, and every other thing that has to do with the assembly. You have to take full charge. For the Local Government Service Commission, your tax went to effect the 85,000 minimum wage. And we have this complaint in the civil service for the ghost workers. You must ensure that you support the local government chairman.
A commander reports Terminal C. Gugujada, sworn in as chairman of the River State House Assembly Service Commission, alongside others, while Live Ben was chairman of the River Local Government Commission, alongside his members. In other developments, the Rivers Local Government elections has had proceedings at State Jury Complex being appeals for its fire chairmanship and council candidates. And so Ibiru reports 5 appeals challenging the tribunal's judgment, which upheld the victories of various local governors. Full hearing appeal is set to begin next week among those whose victories are being Obiakpo local areas. Leadership simplified in Rundele Ward 7 Emo local government area of the state, appointing unit coordinators of a group in the ward to plan affairs of the in a communique issued at the end of an leadership meeting of the simplified movement in Rundele Ward 7, dismissed rumors that new leadership of the movement emerged, insisting that Odum remains the leader of Simplified 7. It said at no time did the leadership of Simplified Rundele Ward 7 meet and resolve to obtain good life. Make as the misconduct read by the acting of the movement, Goodwin.
To choose a leader is mentioned. United and no offense of God against the leader. His eminent Ambassador Prince Azubike Odu. We are here with his leaders, hence he remained the leader of the fine movement. We jointly and severally cast vote of the most distinguished of the simplified movement was 7. His eminence Ambassador Azubike Odu.
To deliver the administration of Similai Fubara, one that any politicians not found under the leadership of the Simplified movement is poor.
When coming up today, one of the person that brought it to Rundele, and a person bringing such a thing, we cannot neglect such a person. Rather, we will rally around him, because today in politics, Rundele have reached the level that we can no longer be at the corridor while decision is being taken inside. And we have seen Honorable Azubike Odu as one of the persons that is well known to the governor of Rivers State.
It's a movement that cannot be stopped because the leadership is arrowhead and is vectorial, has a direction. This work is simplified and is unified, and we have focus, we have direction, we have magnitude. Therefore, there's nowhere we cannot go with Sim. Where Sim is going, even beyond 2027, we are going with him. With this man here in our front, we are intact as a house. Any other person not here is not known in Rundele politics.
Still to come, Unizik expels students over assault on lecturer. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The chairman of Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, in Rivers State, Alex Agwanwo, says there was a satisfactory compliance by workers on the directive to boycott mobile operator service in the state. Mr. Agwanwo made this known to correspondent Soibi Oruwari.
At this level, everybody is supposed to switch off their phones, go off online for 3 hours. That has implemented from yesterday. Yesterday, the feedback was okay. We are continuing today. Yeah, we have a compliance team now. I was also trying to press on numbers to see whether they're off or on. So I think yesterday, from what we gathered, the compliance was very interesting. You can see that even SMCNT made a statement that they are reversing the policy. So members of the union, to all members of NLC, on the reports, the compliance level is very satisfactory.
In the meantime, some stakeholders are reacting to the NLC directive for its members to boycott mobile network operators in protest against the recent telecom tariff increase. A civil rights activist, Ifyok, who supported the NLC directive for members to boycott the mobile operator service, also asked other Nigerians to join and called for more awareness about it.
Because of the nature of our leaders, these communication companies come in and feel they can do the same and walk away with it. They are not considering the population of Nigerians that are patronizing them. They are not very, very grateful. Yes, it is easy, but NLC should not expect that it is going to be a spontaneous thing. There must be, this awareness must be created for, a good period of time. So it is proper. And Nigerians will follow the NLC directives and instructions if enough time, is used to do the advert.
However, Port Harcourt-based lawyer Soseli Prim Long Williams disagrees with NLC's boycott directive, describing it as impractical.
Very impossible. But NLC has lost focus. Who will run their businesses? People that run their business online, they're telling them to boycott. How would they run their business? Is that the problem we have in Nigeria? If we have a strong economy, will anybody complain about tariff? We have a very poor economy, poorly managed economy. Our income has been reduced. Inflation is very high. Purchasing power is so reduced that Nigerians are going through hell. Is that what Nigerians are thinking about? They're telling us that we should not run our business because tariff was increased. How is that feasible? How does that concern NLC in the first place? Is that a labor issue? Please, I beg they should allow us.
Also, an economist with the University of Port Harcourt, Alwell Ntega, spoke on the economic effect of the NLC directive.
The effect on the economy will be so much if you decide that no, strictly people should boycott communication. The effect, not just on the economy, even on family lives, will be so much. So it has become part and parcel of us. So it goes beyond the economic activities. It goes beyond driving that. It will be actually very difficult, but the impact on the economy will be so much. Their services, it will be so much. So what we need is a convergence. Let's have a point that we could say, no, for now, NLC is right with what they are doing.
Recall that the NLC earlier announced the boycott of mobile operator service as a protest against rising telecom tariffs. In other news, some gift shop owners say their sales have remained steady despite the ongoing Valentine's season age. In interview with gifts, a correspondent observed that the market and surrounding areas lack the usual festive atmosphere with decoration, minimal displays and clothing. Meanwhile, some online vendors report that all out this time said there is a 30% drop in sales compared to last year. They have used decline to lower overall patronage but expect a late surge in orders. They'll gift women instead of the usual boxers and it.
From bracelets, we get necklaces, customized necklaces. We have shoes, we have customized t-shirts, whatever. We have water bottles too, just anything apart from boxers and bracelets.
Sometimes we do have something like PS5, PS4, PS3. So apart from buying Buster and things, we have something like a complete tracksuit, some bag.
I buy both land neck polo and the collar neck and some of vintage shirts and the condom shirt and the polo.
Away from that, the Nnamdi Azikiwe University has expelled a student, Godi Mbakwe Chiamaka Precious, for assaulting a lecturer from the Department of Theatre and Film Studies. This was contained in a statement today by the acting registrar, Victor Modebelu. Mr. Modebelu said the decision followed the recommendation of the Student Disciplinary Committee, which found the student's action to be a gross violation of the institution's disciplinary regulations, specifically Regulation 4. The incident, which gained widespread attention after a video surfaced online, reportedly involved Precious attacking the lecturer identified as Chukwudi Okoye. Reacting to this, a Muslim cleric, Ibrahim Seberu, has called on parents to monitor and regulate their children's social media activities, especially those in tertiary institutions. Speaking with our correspondent, Dr. Seberu also advised parents to make unannounced visits to their children's departments and hostels to stay informed about their behavior and academic progress.
Some parents, they are not even literate. Technologically, they need a lot of counseling, a lot of discussion. Get closer to your children. Let them see you as a mentor. There's nothing wrong in parents coming to school. Do an impromptu visitation. Go to the department. Meet with HOD. Without getting the children informed, please, I want to see the record of my children. They show you. Without notification, go to their rooms. You get in, you sit down, have a night with them. From there, you are going to know what and what transpire. Even if they are going to conceal, at least so elements of it will be blown to you.
The religious and cultural studies expert Dr. Seberu also asked parents to always pray for their children.
Prayers. Sometimes parents will do their best. Sometimes parents will be up and doing, but at a point, a slight deviation will actually come to the life of that child. Before you know, it becomes irreversible. As you are putting in the physical effort, also put in the spiritual effort by talking to God.
The news continues after the break.
This is the news.
On the international scene, Hamas has released the names of 3 hostages due to be freed on Saturday in exchange for Palestinian prisoners in Israel after days of fears over the future of the ceasefire. They are Russian-Israeli Alexander Trofanov, Argentine-Israeli Yair Horn, and U.S.-Israeli Sergei Dekel-Chen. Israel said it will resume bombing if the 3 are not released on time. The warning came after Hamas said it was postponing the releases in response to alleged Israeli violations of the ceasefire. U.S. President Donald Trump said the ceasefire should be scrapped if Hamas did not release all the hostages held in Gaza by midday on Saturday. On the news this evening, you heard Governor Fubara has asked Riwama to relocate the waste along Obirikwe Airport Road, Rivers State. The Rivers State Local Government Election Appeal Tribunal will hear cases next Wednesday. Rivers NLC workers comply to the Telcom tariff increase boycott. Unizik has expelled a student over assault on lecturer. And on the foreign scene, Hamas has released the names of hostages due for release. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Sam Chinedu. Thanks for listening.